I'm Emma. I'm formerly a teacher of art and cooking. I still do kids classes now and some adults, but I'm just a producer of food, and good food, homely food, that kind of thing. Feeding families, using local ingredients, local sourcing, making really wholesome meals.
So what actually inspired you? I didn't know that you are a teacher. I'm actually discovering now.
Yeah.
So how was that, like teaching? Because I don't know you as a teacher. I know you as a food. So as a teacher, what were you teaching? And for how many years have you been doing that?
I qualified as a teacher in the mid-90s for fine art. So it's always been the creative side of things. And I've always cooked. I grew up cooking with my parents, fishing with my dad, cooking with my mum in the kitchen, and learning from nose to tail, sourcing the food and cooking with it right from the beginning, from catching that fish or growing those vegetables. And so the cooking was an extension of the learning, and then the extension of the creativity and the teaching, and being the daughter of teachers as well. So it's been an evolving journey. It's moved along, and food has become, since I've had children, more and more of a primary passion. Making sure that my children are well fed, that the family is kept up with good nutrition.
Amazing. A fine art teacher.
Yeah.
I'm able now to connect that to your food, because your food it's got a personal touch. It's like you put all your soul in it and love in it for us to get what we get.
Right.
So actively, like doing this as something that you commercialize or make revenue out of it, or ready to share the love. When did that start?
About 5 years ago. In fact, it was Jules who said to me, because she was always around for lunch or dinner, she said, "You've got to start selling this. You'll have a platform for this. You've got to share your food and your recipes and your passion." Yeah. And so I started at the market back then, just with the sausages, and it's grown, and it really has just continued to expand, and listening to feedback from other people, understanding what people want, and then learning myself, always learning from my travel, from internet research, from developing recipes, from talking to other chefs like Michael, all the different inputs, and looking at what's available, which is where the market is such a good resource. Talking to the other farmers, seeing what's in season, what we can do with those ingredients, and how we can adapt them to different recipes. Yeah. Well, the sausages are kind of our signature product, and they're gluten-free. They're made with organic pork, and the farmer that I get the pork from slaughters to order for me, so it's not going through abattoirs or markets or sitting in the back of meat trucks, anything like that. So each week I ring him up and I say, let's do Wednesday, usually, and he butchers on the Tuesday, hangs the pig overnight, and then Wednesday he brings it and we cut it up, we butcher the pig together, and that's what we make our sausages out of. And we use the joints for different marinades, for barbecues, that kind of thing. But the pigs are fed on his own pumpkins that he grows, so they are organic. There's no meal in there, there's no feed. It's just organic pigs from Champagne Ridge.
Lovely.
So the quality is there, and the same with the other ingredients for our other products. And then beyond that, I'm so keen on Swahili cooking, which is where the book came in, and seafood. So all those things, the seafood, the Swahili, and the sausages, and then the pies have become the mainstay of what we do. Thinking about writing a cookbook for quite a few years, but I hadn't had that moment of clarity of how and what it was going to be about. And then I was driving to the coast. I thought, that's it. It's got to be a seafood cookbook. I was brought up fishing with my dad and cooking fish, and it was the perfect thing, that moment, realising that's what I wanted to talk about, and the Swahili culture, and the food, and the producers, and the fishermen, and the flavours, all of that, which is so exotic and reminiscent of the coast. It is the signature, isn't it? The coconut, the lime, the ginger, dhania, all of that. And so I just started with my recipes, researching, meeting people, talking to fishermen, going out with them, all that kind of adventure up and down the Kenyan coast, which grew into this document and this story, which is the Bahari Safari.
I want you to read that little paragraph for us.
Really?
Yes.
Oh,
and then
okay, so this is David Kanyeri's Swahili Seafood Barbecue. In Watamu there is a wonderful chef called David Kanyeri who cooks at a local restaurant called Wasafi Swahili Dishes. It has a few plastic tables and chairs on the roadside, but up a narrow flight of stairs is a rooftop terrace with a makuti roof. With Amir, the boat skipper who introduced me, my friend Bianca and my children, I had the privilege of watching David prepare a seafood barbecue for us. His charcoal jiko is at the side of the main kitchen and open to all who pass by. With the muezzin roaring from a nearby mosque, a constant stream of dusty tuk-tuks, a plethora of cats and the hot, hot sun, it was a day of atmosphere and excitement. I felt very honoured to have had this experience and appreciative of David sharing his recipes with me.
Amazing.
Yeah,
Amazing.
thank you. It's
Thank you, Emma.
really, really
Look at
fantastic.
that.